All right, joining me now, UMBC's Joe Sherburne. Joe, UMBC 2018, 16 over 1 over Virginia, the first ever upset of a 16 over 1, and it wasn't even close. What do you remember most about that game?
Oh boy. Warming up and thinking like no idea what's going to happen, but all I want to do is not airball or get my ankles broken. That would be a success for me because so many people are watching. Um, and then just in the second half being so pretty much in shock in the timeouts that every media timeout and timeout they would call, just not being able to focus on what our coach was saying because I was just so in disbelief and not wanting to blow the lead.
You guys won by 20. You had 14 number double figure scores. When you guys saw the bracket, and Virginia was one of those teams that kind of lets you hang around, how much did you believe that this could occur?
Initial shock when watching the selection Sunday was, oh gosh, I hope we score 40 points. That's what I texted my dad. Um, but then after thinking about it, like you said, yes, I think that if we were going to play a one seed, this is probably a preferred matchup, to be honest, because they don't have just freak, huge athletic guys. They're more controlled by their guards, and our best players are our guards. So I felt like that would match up there. And then just limiting the possessions is obviously what you want to do when or a lot of people think that's what you want to do when you're the lower seed, so you can minimize the disparity. Um, but then once practice starts and you start prepping for the game, you kind of forget about the numbers and the 1 or the 16. It's just kind of pretty normal. So you're just playing a good team and hoping that you can compete. So,
What was it like to know that you busted brackets across the country?
well, I busted my own because I had us losing. I had one where we won the whole thing and then one where we lost first round. So I mean, I was fine with it. I don't care at all about if their brackets were busted. I think we did the people a favor. We got everybody free Little Caesars for a day. It's just, it was a really neat thing for people who actually know what UMBC was to have to kind of be proud of.
So, we've seen since then FDU beat Purdue, uh, St. Peter's as a 15 beat a 2 Kentucky, Abilene Christian, remember, knocked off Texas. Um, there's been other upsets. You guys were the first. When you look at when the bracket comes out, the 16 line, the 15 line, what are you looking for a team to do what you guys did?
I immediately write in all the one seeds. So I don't like, I'm never going to think, okay, this 16 seed has a chance. It's just not likely. So I'm not even looking at it that way. When Purdue lost last year, I was extremely upset. I mean, I had a couple of years going there where I would post something where I'm celebrating when the last 16 seed loses, kind of like a Mercury Morris type deal with the Dolphins. So when they lost, I was upset. Now I guess it's just kind of out the window. So go ahead and win the game if you want, if you're a 16 seed.
You have your shirt framed. What other memorabilia do you have from that upset?
I have just a little cardboard March Madness thing that was in our locker room. Um, and then I have a lot of Axe body spray that was in the locker room that I'm not using that, and it's still sitting in my bathroom basket over there. The Steph Curry had Under Armour send us some shoes. I have those. I've never worn those. They're sitting in my closet. We should have had an SB, but for some reason, that was the only year at the SBs where they didn't have best upset as a category.
Ah,
So we were in the most or like best moment category, and we lost to the Vikings.
well, there's no question it is a moment that will live in March Madness forever. Joe, appreciate, hope you're well.
Thanks for having me.